All right, what's up everyone? Kevin Leslie, and do you struggle getting to and sustaining high rates? That's what we're gonna talk about a little bit today, because what I want you thinking about is when you get to those high rates, right? The racing rates, right? Whether you're going 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, whatever it may be, strokes per minute wise, are you effective when you go to those rates, when you climb to those higher racing rates? And that's what we're gonna talk about a little bit today, right? So before we get to that, if you like this information, if this video helps you with your rowing, please subscribe to the channel down below. It really helps us out. We got a lot of stuff coming, especially as we dive into 2025. So again, subscribe to the channel, help us out. Now let's get into it. Now, high rates. One of the things I want to stress here, and I've made videos about this in the past, right? So you can go and kind of poke around and see a couple of videos that we've made talking specifically about high rates. But the biggest thing I like to tell people is when you go to those high rates, you want it to be efficient. You want it to be effective. One of the things I always see when I see athletes who are newer or they think they know what they're doing, but really they're struggling because they are that tire that's stuck in the mud, right? They know how to get to high rates, right? They can ramp that thing up to a 34, 36, but are they actually producing traction, right? Are they a tire stuck in the mud, or do they have grip to the road and actually moving forward? And that's what we want to think about today. So don't discount the preparation that is required at that 18 strokes per minute, 20 strokes per minute, 22 strokes per minute. The stuff that really learns and teaches you how to drive the flywheel, right? Don't discount that. Don't skip over that. But what you want to think about is, okay, once you've established that baseline, that ability to drive the flywheel and stay fluid, okay, when I go to those high rates, am I connected? Am I working for the sake of work, or am I adding extra work, meaning more strokes per minute, to increase productivity? Productivity, what I mean by that is speed. Are we getting faster when we go to those higher rates? And that's what I want you to think about today. So biggest drill that I like to do with athletes to just get them in that mindset of actually getting to and sustaining high rates is getting them to think about keeping their stroke tight. A lot of times when athletes struggle to get to those high rates, it's because there's a lot of extra movement that they're doing, right? Their stroke is loose, right? They're all over the place, right? Handles up and down, right? They're laying back all the way to a 10 o'clock layback. They're crashing the front end. So what I like to get athletes to think about is keeping your stroke tight. Still all the components, right? Arms, body, legs, legs, body, arms, but keep it tight, keep it rhythmic so that you can conserve or preserve that fuel for longer into the piece or workout, right? So that's what you want to think about. So my favorite drill is just an arms and body continuous into a half slide continuous, right? Working through just that sequencing arms and body and just keeping that rhythm tight, and then slowly adding the legs as we go to quarter slide, and then eventually half slide, right? So that's what we want to build to. But before we get to that, you don't have to necessarily jump right into a higher rate rhythm when we do that. Just establish that, again, that simplicity of the stroke. So if I'm here, all I'm going to do to start is just begin working that hand skill, that body awareness as I move from 11 to 1 o'clock, right? The arms are stretching forward. Notice my hand, right? I'm not dipping my hands low and then coming up, right? I'm keeping it nice and level, and I'm trying to make my stroke as simple as possible, right? And then eventually, we'll add in quarter slide. Same thing, I'm conquering the arms and body before I add in the legs. Then we'll go to half slide. And notice my rate isn't too high. I'm at a 22 right now. But I'm trying to keep my stroke simple, right? So that's where it starts. The hand skill, the body awareness, just arms and body, and then eventually bridging that into quarter slide, and then into half slide. And then as you get more and more connection or feel for that simplicity, now we can start to add a little bit, right? So now, if I pick it up arms and body only, I'm just going to add a little bit of rate to it. Right? So I'm just picking that handle, right? I'm moving through the movement. Right now I'm at a 31. I'm not thinking about pressure. I'm not trying to crush it every stroke. But then, adding in the legs. So I'm still at a 30, but now I'm quarter slide. Nothing wasted. Simple. Let's go to half slide. We'll keep it above a 30. Right, I'm still getting the arms out, the body angle, then I'm bringing the legs up. So right now I'm 32, and notice I can talk. I'm not going crazy. And then eventually, we can go full slide, right? But I established the hand skill. I established the fluidity, right? I could still speak to you as I was doing it, right? I'm a little out of breath now, but I could still speak to you. And what I want you to think about is I established that rhythm. I learned how to sustain that rhythm. And if you think about the power, it's a bicycle wheel, right? I'm trying to keep that bicycle wheel spinning without adding more and more press. That's gonna come later. That's the traction that we want. But I just established that rhythm, I kept it simple, and I was able to sustain it for a long duration. So, give that drill a try, arms and body to start, then stretching it out to quarter slide, then the half slide. As you get more and more experience with it, then you can bridge it into 3/4 full slide, right? But just working that half slide or that arms and body into a half slide and learning how to get to and sustain that rhythm by keeping your stroke tight, keeping it simple. That's all I got. Again, if this was helpful for you, subscribe to the channel, really help us out. We got a lot of stuff coming, especially as we dive into 2025. That's all I got. Enjoy your day. Peace.